Good afternoon, everyone. It is November 29th, 2022. We just had our Tuesday session. Before we get into what I'm looking for tomorrow, let's just quickly zoom out into our weekly outlook. 62 has been our pivot. What happened was on Monday, we sold off. We were unable to close that gap up above, sold off all of the RTH, held that 62 pivot during Globex, during last night, Monday night, Tuesday pre-market, held it again towards the opening hour or so during the RTH today on Tuesday, lost it and held the bid once again in this 40 area. Now, I was saying that I'm doubtful that we would hold again in this 40 area. I really thought that we would get the breakdown down towards 28, 25, really towards this 13 area. So I'm surprised that we're able to hold the bid there. And now we're just slowly walking our way back up in Globex, getting above that pivot, and 68 really the number that I'm watching. And why 68? Let's quickly open up just another chart. This is a little bit ugly. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I think you guys can see that. Try and ignore most of what's on the screen. Maybe I can get rid of the indicators. There we go. It makes it a bit cleaner. Let's just take a look at the structural levels, and let's even get rid of the actual candles here. There we go. All I really want to look at is this right here. We had today's value area low at 49, not too far from the day's low and the prior week low, I believe. Maybe is the week prior to this. But value area low at 49s. Settlement lows are now at 60s. So once we start getting above 60 and our key level at 62, buyers are no longer underwater per se, and you'll be above the day's volume, above the close, above that critical 62 level. So you start to get some lift, and what I would expect is us to be able to get over to the other side of value at 67. And then I'm really looking at a breakout scenario where you're breaking out of the day's value area, the Tuesday RTH value area high, and you're getting back inside of the prior week's value area low at 67s. And what I would expect is some sort of slingshot-esque effect up towards the day's high and perhaps even the weekly half back from last week around 88. So that is what I would be looking for. Let's just give me my candles back, and we can switch back now to our intraday chart that we're so used to seeing. Let's just put it up here. Let's get rid of the indicators once again, and I know it's a little bit ugly with the zones, so we'll delete those and we'll just leave our levels up instead. There we go. What am I looking at? If we're able to hold this low of the day to 46, 47, 48, if we're able to hold this, I will wait for a move back up towards 54, then hit a retracement long off of 49 prior. And so essentially what I'm looking for is, let's pull up the ghost feed here. I want to see us find a bid somewhere around down here, move up towards 54, get the retracement long, and then move up towards 60. If instead this hits 60 and then comes down, I'm not interested in taking it. Essentially, what I'm trying to do is get the backfill prior to the potential move towards 60, 62, and higher. If we do reject off of that 62, I think there's a lower likelihood this 49 area holds, and instead we flush down lower towards 30s and 20s. In which case, again, I will be bid at 13.75. The similar idea of letting the market find a bid and then taking the retracement long. So in that scenario, what you'd be looking at is, letting it find a bid somewhere around here, letting it climb back towards 31.75, and then taking the long entry for wherever it might go. So that is what I'd be looking for to the downside. To the upside, I want to be long. I'm trying to decide between 62 and 68. I think I'll go ahead and take 68 instead of the 62 number. So let's just get the zones back up. And let's change this guy into a black line, just an area of interest for me. And we can get rid of the zones once again, clean it up. I do want to be short, and this is perhaps a little aggressive, wanting to be short 85. Look, the market until we're back above, I would say about 4,006, really back above 4,017. I think the market has a not the most incredible bullish momentum. I'll put it that way. Between about 39.68 and 4,000 ish. This sort of area. I think the market is mostly neutral in here, so any sort of aggressive shorting might be able to work. So I will be shorting at 85. The ADRs, that's what you're seeing there. A couple of them coming in at 86 half. Another one coming in at 97 three quarters. I'll be short at 96.75. Just the POC from Monday's RTH session, but really, it's a spot where we had some nice bids during the overnight session, where we had some offers once we broke below. It's a nice level right around this 96, 98 area, and it being the POC prior to the big sell-off towards the end of the day. That's just nice to see. Above that, I thought about perhaps taking a short at 05 or 06 or maybe even 12 half or something like that. But instead, if we do end up climbing all the way up there, I would rather be long for a move further up to breaking the current high of the week. Um, that I believe is all I have for you guys. I think it's I think it's doubtful we get up to 28 during the first hour, which is when I'll be trading. We do have some major news pretty much all day. I believe that's the non-farm employment change on tomorrow at 8:15. 8:30 we have GDP quarter over quarter. 10 o'clock jolts and home sales month over month, and then 1:30 the big man talks. Mr. Jerome Powell. This video is getting a little bit lengthy, 7 minutes, but I'm 50-50 as to if I'll trade in general tomorrow. I'll know within the first few minutes. Just going to see how erratic the action is. If it seems normal, I'll go ahead. Otherwise, I'll hold off. But that's what I'm looking for. Just being bid at 26s, 49, 68, selling 85, 96, 75, buying 06, 28, 38, 43s. Below 26s, I think you're really in for a crap out scenario if we can't hold that RTH low of the week. I think that's when we start getting into these lower gap numbers. That's all I have for you guys. So I'll try and post an update to Twitter pre-market per usual, but that should be it. Trade safe, you guys.